Alright, we are live! Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. We will be starting shortly, going to wait for more people to show up. Those of you who are watching this after the stream is already over, I will be placing timestamps in the description for your convenience. Also, I do not know what a BSX theme is. And no, I don't know if it'll be good or not. It was suggested by a patron, so maybe it'll be good? And I tell you, I have to have so many windows open when I do Game Boy Wednesdays. I've got my web browser, I've got the chat in a separate window, got my streaming program, I've got two different emulators, got my sound mixer because one game is louder than another, and I got WordPad. It's kinda hard keeping track of all of these. That is too bad. You know, that is pretty interesting though, that Nintendo actually had a streaming service for games way before Sony decided to do that on the PlayStation 4. And of course I have to manually fade out the Super Game Boy song because the video doesn't do that. It just suddenly cuts out. So there's a little bit of effort that I put in there. Alright, let me see here. Hello everyone! Welcome to Game Boy Wednesdays! Today, I'm going to be playing 3 different Game Boy games, one of which was the popular vote from last week. But we'll get to that game in a bit. First up is a game from one of my trustworthy patrons. In fact, both of my patrons are actually kind of trustworthy. Pretty much. So you know, because they are so trustworthy, I feel like it is only right to give them a couple of shoutouts. And those trustworthy patrons are Lit Dragon and Wario Land Gold Pyramid. Wario Land Gold Pyramid in particular is the person who has requested this first game. This first game is Men in Black the series, based on the TV show, which itself is based on the movie, which is itself based on some conspiracy theory or something about aliens. I have seen both the movie and most of the cartoon. The cartoon actually ended on a pretty cool two-part finale, which actually I didn't see, so I don't know if it really is that cool. I'm assuming it's cool. This opening is a partial recreation of the cartoon series opening, which is also cool. However, that is totally not the theme song from the cartoon. Let's see here. Access codes. There was a little bit of a delay in letting me select my choices. So let's see here. Access codes is a password system. How do I back out? No, seriously, how do I back out? Press start. Okay. Parameters. Sound effects on. Music on. Skill level. I don't know. What do you think that I should put the skill level on? Incidentally, I'm going to attempt to talk about the movie and TV show from time to time, but being that I'm going to be playing this blind, that's probably going to be impossibly difficult. Yeah, thinking on it, normal would probably be okay. I can save state. In fact, that's something I need to do, is abuse save states so that we can make as much progress as we can. And credits, I'm just going to ignore credits because we only have so much time. It is 5:05, and we will move on to the next game at 5:35. Let us begin. MIB HQ has been overrun by Loophole's alien cohorts. I do not remember who Loophole is. So, we're playing as this little guy here. We can shoot, we can... How did I do that? How did I do that? I guess I'm not even going to try to explain it. I'm just going to do it from time to time. So I already played like the first level of this, so I know that there's going to be aliens dropping out of those. And I want to shoot them ahead of time because they are really difficult to shoot. If they hit the ground, you're not shooting them. They're too low. Kinda done that. Wario Land Gold Pyramid has told me that you can go ahead and... Nice cinematics, kind of. You can go ahead and jump on certain enemies, and that guy's face was gray. He's totally an alien. Then again, maybe the character I'm playing as now is an alien. Because he's kinda gray too. You know what, I'm just going to keep on doing this. I'm assuming that I'm not going to encounter any friendly people that I don't want to shoot but can. Whoa, that was a thing. There's a bouncy enemy in here. I need to watch those grates up there. Okay. Are you one of the enemies I can jump on? Okay, yes, you are. I imagine these clips are ripped straight from the cartoon. That looks like a thing that would be very bad to touch. Just in case, save state, and... those things are instant death. So yeah, I'm not touching that. So... oh gosh. Though... How did I trigger the second one, but not the first one? Okay, you are apparently annoying. I was hoping I could outrun it by jumping. Oh gosh. This is not cool. Oh, but we reached the end of that. That is cool. So... Ooh, that guy took 2 hits. Alright, I'm probably not going to talk much about the movie and TV shows, so I'll just quickly say that first movie I liked, second movie I thought was crap because the main villain is a slut. Haven't seen the third movie. TV series is good. I find it interesting that the TV series has a different set of main characters, and they explain that away by saying that the movie was created based on the characters from the TV show, who are real MIB agents, and the movie actors are fake MIB agents, and they just let them make the movies because they figure, well, if people think it's all a movie, they're not going to assume that the MIB is real. Also, aliens are on the rampage through the streets of Manhattan. That dog is a main character. Sort of. More like a side character who makes frequent appearances. Why is the fire hydrant blue? Come on, how do I do this? Like that. I still don't know how. But it's like that. Oh, hi! Screw you. So, funny thing about the MIB, they don't want people knowing that aliens exist. And if anybody ever finds out, they use... what was it called? A neuralizer? I don't know, it's a flashy thing. And that's an alien. I did not see that coming. And that is not an alien you can jump on. And I'm just going to save my lives and load state. How do I... can I shoot this guy now? Okay, I was told that dropping down manholes, it leads to bonus areas. I don't feel so bonusy when I'm being attacked. Was that health? I guess it was health. I'm fine with health. Now how do I get back up? I assume go to the ladder and... the camera needs a little bit of working, I'll tell you that. I did not climb down. I did not climb down the ladder. The thing touched my foot and my character automatically climbed down the ladder to die. You can't aim up, by the way. You have to do this spread shot. Whatever I was saying before I went into the sewers, I completely forget. So, like I said, I'm not going to be able to talk much. Camera! I need better camera! Scroll left! Glasses. That's an extra life. Is there some way to... camera scroll? No. So backtracking is kind of discouraged. And I have full control over the ladder. Gotta say, that is kind of a nice view of down the street. I forget where MIB takes place. And that's a thing. Are you also a thing? You are also a thing. You're one of those things that I can't kill. Yeah, I kind of wish I was one of those people who can play games and talk about stuff at the same time, but no. Anytime that something takes a lot of concentration, I kind of need to fully concentrate on what I'm playing. So what did I just pick up? Oh gosh, let's load state. That might be a one-time use thing. Was that the cricket? The cricket is like this super weapon that this character has. And it is like really tiny looking, but also really powerful. Can I switch between weapons? I do not seem to have an option to switch between weapons. Oh yeah, that it does. Now the cracks on the floor are bad. Hi! Oh gosh! What? What just happened? Did I win? Okay. The twins have reported Scraldian hordes in the sewer system. Man, it's been so long since I've seen the TV show, I don't really know who these characters are. I remember they're the twins. The twins are in both the movies and the TV show. So was that character like the end boss or something, and I just two-shot him with my cricket? I mean, fine. Oh, that's a thing. What kind of thing? One of those things. I think there was an episode dedicated towards those guys. Like, yeah, killing one of those guys basically was taboo, and you would wind up getting marked to get killed by the others of his race. Let me do the spread shot. Okay, maybe not. By the way, you cannot jump and shoot. This is not jump and shoot, man. That comes later. What? Okay, I was save setting around there, and unfortunately it was while I was falling in the hole. How was I supposed to know that was a hole? I'm gonna call BS on that. Ow. Should have seen that coming. And in fact I did. But I did nothing to prevent it. Okay, good. I made it. No, I do not accept. How did I miss? I was able to hit all the other rats. Okay, what? What the heck? And that's health, right? Yep. Actually, that's the neuralizer. The thing that wipes people's memories. Interesting. So far, the level design seems straightforward. You walk left to right. Occasionally there will be a pit, but otherwise the ground is just flat with the occasional alien to shoot. Also, I just realized this game has a score. I wonder if you get a 1-up after reaching so many points. Speaking of 1-ups, that could have went better. But hey, glasses are lives. Try to explain that. Okay, spread shot, spread shot. Okay, I don't need to. What is with the dark eyes? Let me guess. Hole? Yep. You know, there was a pipe that did not have the glowy eyes. I wonder if the glowy eyes are indication that there's a hole. Or if there's a hole under all those pipes. Yeah, exactly what I'm wondering. Well, let's find out. Nope! So, why are there eyes? Scenery, I guess. By the way, I really hate those games where your jumping is faster than your walking. Because I almost feel like just doing nothing but jumping, but you know, that kind of gets you killed. Oh gosh, you're coming back. Don't come back. Wait, what just happened? I was looking at the chat. Oh, there's a thing there. What kind of thing are you? Wait. No, I'm loading state until I figure out where I can and cannot land. Oh wait, are those loading platforms? Oh, I'm supposed to land on those. I thought those were enemies. You know, instead of just being invisible pits, this should be like a waterfall. Or, you know, some sort of thing that actually looks like a pit. And this is where save state abuse is going to come in handy. I don't have all day. I don't feel like getting a game over. I can, however, wait for this thing to get back on the rebound. Oh gosh! By the way, you cannot step off of those things. Apparently your feet lock onto those things, so at least there's that. Oh, it's another gun. Does that mean there's a boss coming up? That's what I get for trying to walk up to this thing. Alright, shoot you. Yep, sure enough, it's based on the things from the TV show. They are slugs. Yeah, you just keep shooting over my head. I'm fine with that. And there we go. There's our password. Having hitched a ride to Earth, a Vermax infestation threatens the aerodrome. Oh, that's how I was doing that. Or maybe... I think... I'm holding the fire button to do that, and then sometimes it doesn't work. Oh gosh, I hope you are something I can step on. Whoa! Oh yeah, this game has double running, or double dashing, something like that. It has a run function. Double tap the walk button to run. Ooh, that worked in my favor. I wish you could aim. No, does not seem to be a thing that you can jump on. You just have to shoot at it when it jumps. Alright. And there's some health. Could always use that, especially when that... For a moment there, I had trouble standing back up. I see you over there. We can all see you. Okay, now we can't. Wait, there you are again. Well, that was a funny death animation. I'm gonna accept that death simply because I want health. Okay, the fact that you cannot shoot one when you're in mid-air is kind of a hindrance. Okay, you die! For crying out loud, die! You are probably going to be a real hindrance. And what do you expect from a video game based on a cartoon? You know, they have a lot of space shuttles here. Aren't those things supposed to be, like, super expensive? Alright, something's coming up, right? Yeah, this looks like a something coming up thing. Oh gosh, what's that? Work! I don't know why that sometimes works and sometimes doesn't. I'm glad that alien up there, though, patiently waits for me to shoot it. Oh gosh. I remember you. You're the guy that I somehow just killed real easily. You know what? I prefer to keep that life if at all possible. Now, I'm gonna say not possible. So let me go ahead and come in here. Oh gosh, no, no, no. I do not accept. Let me come in here with 3 hit points instead of 2. Alright, that set me a little bit ways back, but you know, that's fine. It is also fine that that alien above my head somehow exploded. But we don't necessarily need to start right before the boss. Speaking of boss, why is there not boss music playing? Will you shoot up? I totally do not remember that character from the show. There we go. Deranged Alcidians are on the loose. No, I did die there. And it set me back. I suppose it is a little confusing loading state and that sort of thing, so I guess from now on I can mention whenever I load state. But yeah, I did in fact die there, and it did in fact set me back before the hangar. Load state. I do not accept. Load state. There's gotta be a way to... You know what? Screw it. I don't care if there's a safe way to do that. You know, I'm assuming this thing... I'm not assuming anything. I'm just gonna land on it. It's instant death. Load state. Come on. I don't get it. Why does it sometimes work in... hold on. I'm not doing anything differently when it shoots and when it not shoots. I'm just gonna go ahead and just hold the fire button because, you know, you never know when a flying brain might come at you. What is that? Krang? And Krang was an alien. Although, does it really count as being an alien if you're from an alternate dimension? Well, I don't know what's trying to pop out of there. I still don't know. But you know what? I don't need to know. It's obviously gonna be something hostile. Okay, I guess I get to find out now. It's a space invader. Actually, that would be pretty funny if there was literally the Namco Space Invaders in this game. It does remind me of a Space Invader, though. It's like, if a Space Invader was modernized, that's what it would look like. Oh gosh, you again? And that wasn't the end of the level. Oh, glad you gave me some health there. I'm gonna need it. What is that? Let's load state and not... You cannot crawl, by the way. Okay, I need to kill you because you're kind of being annoying with those firing of bullets. Okay, you can... Stop that. Screw you! What happened to my, giving me a special gun before the bosses? They really are. One more level. Buzzard is on the loose again. And Kay needs help. That is Kay right there, by the way. I'm playing as Jay. I remember that thing. Don't remember... Yeah. Okay, maybe I have to, like, rush it. And by that I mean rush and jump over it. Well, that was instant death. Load state. Get a better jump. No, that does not work. Load state. You know, the double tapping to run thing It's nice when it works, but it's not terribly working well in this game. I don't know how long this game is. No, it is too low on the ground. I kind of wish there was a fast forward button on this simulator, because then I would find out if shooting this thing is really doing any good. I wonder. No, it shrinks back too fast, so I can't like trick it into shrinking. You know, I feel like Wario Land gave me a tip for dealing with these guys, but I can't remember what it was. I mean, there is no switch weapons button. What if I look away from it? And do the spread shot, like... Yeah, this isn't working. Next! So, we're gonna go ahead and move on to the game that we actually know is good. So, let me go ahead and set that up. And let's see here. It is not going to be on this. It is in fact going to be on this. Super Famicom, Super Game Boy. It is God Medicine, a game that only released in Japan, probably because it is called God Medicine. So, the story of this game. We are playing as 3 heroes who are from the real world, and they were brought from the real world into an RPG because the heroes of the RPG did not level up enough and they died on the final boss. That really is the story. It is pretty interesting. This is a fan translation made by, I forget who made it, but it's definitely interesting. I don't know how much of the real world characters in an RPG world plot is really in the game and how much is just part of the fan translation. But regardless, it's definitely interesting. Right, I gotta do this so I have my buttons correct. Alright, so we've gotten ourselves some new equipment that happened to actually change the look of our characters, which was pretty cool, but I imagine that's not actually going to be the case. I mean happen again, that is. Try it again. It's cool that buying new equipment changed the look of these characters, but that's probably not going to happen again. It probably only happened because these characters initially had no equipment to speak of. Why was I in the castle? There was something I wanted to do while I was in here, and it had something to do with this guy, didn't it? You can buy stuff at the market. No? I saved in here for a reason. To remind myself something. But I can't remember what it was. Yeah, that is basically what I mean, Lantis. Thank you for simplifying my complicated thing that I was trying to say. Alright, so since I played this, I did decide to do a little bit of grinding because I figured it would help speed things along a little bit. So now we are all at level 3 and in fact getting close to reaching level 4. Since I fought some new enemies, well, basically while grinding I fought some new enemies. So if I press, if I pause the game and go to File, we can look at the enemy info, because this game has a bestiary. So we got Helmbug, which we saw last week. Not much to say about it. There's this thing, which is interesting, and is also apparently got top billing there in the border of this game. And we got Undie, or Undead, who knows? Maybe it's actually called that, maybe it's a text limitation from the translation. But that's what it is. Now then, let us proceed onward. We have a quest from the king to reclaim their watchtower, because we need to prove that we are worthwhile heroes, even though we came from a world that did not have turn-based battles. Yeah, that is definitely a frothy mug that is carrying there. There's a cave over there, but there's nothing in the cave. I checked. Alright, Undie. You're gonna go down pretty easily. Atlantis is proving that having a live chat is definitely beneficial, because people can explain things when I can't. Alright, there's a level up. Alright, Mickey can use more attack magic. We'll get to that in a bit. Actually, I'll get to that right now. Because I might as well. Alright, Mickey has new magic. So, here's an interesting thing about the magic system in this game. You got 3 categories. You got attack magic, you got head magic, and you got mind magic. I don't know what the difference between head magic and mind magic is, but each type of magic has their own MP. So if I use Aura on somebody right now, it would take from head MP, but we'd still have MP for attack and mind. It's pretty nice. Also, as a reminder, this is one of those games where gaining a level automatically heals you to max. So leveling up is really nice in this game. Who are you guys? This isn't a public watchtower. Scram. And by scram, I mean I'm going to go ahead and just attack you. Alright, so no attack magic to speak of except for this girl here. Might as well use it. This guy's gonna have a bit of HP on her. It. Only need to use it once. Incidentally, so far the spells only cost 1 MP. I don't know if that'll change over time. Maybe eventually spells will cost more. We'll see. And there's our remaining level up. Apparently these characters gain experience and levels at a slightly different rate. Because there is no reason Ken's level up should have been delayed other than his level up just needed more experience. These guys are fairly simple. Yeah, I was waiting for you to mention that. I think I have an explanation for that, though. When you're replacing, like, character names in a game like this, it's not so much that you only have 4 characters, your limit is actually how many characters are in the original name. So like Helmbug in Japanese used 7 characters, so you can still use 7 characters. That skeleton, whatever it was called, was named with 4 characters, so you can only replace it with a name of up to 4 characters. Could always use herbs. I remember when Thutmose and Red Realm Rider, you know, it's been a while since he's visited. I can't remember the other guy's name. I feel bad. But yeah, when Thutmose and the other guy were working on the translation for RPG Sakura 4, some of the menu names wound up needed to be abbreviated quite a bit, because the original menu option was only 1 or 2 characters long. I imagine that might be a similar case here. I don't know. I'm still wondering what Mathu is. I'm guessing it has something to do with equipment, because it shows their weapon when I select the option. I'm trying to remember what this one car is called. I want to say it's by BMW, or no, maybe it's by Volkswagen. It might be by Volkswagen. It's a really interesting looking car. I can't remember what it's called, but I want one. I want to say it starts with an E, but I can't remember for sure. Oh hey, this guy is a random encounter. Oh really? So it's like materia from Final Fantasy VII. That's interesting. I wonder when those will come into play. Alright, what's our health looking like? 13, 28, 14. Probably would be beneficial to heal. So let's go ahead and get in a healing spell. By the way, I found out something interesting. When a character dies, this is also one of those games where a character is automatically revived after battle. So that's cool. And also helpful because I don't think I have anything that revives. That's a lot of money there. Okay, this looks dangerous. Gonna focus on the big guy first. I should have healed between battles. By the way, I like that there's a little cursor to indicate which enemy is attacking. Oops. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and burn you because I'm hoping that you'll get a level up out of this. But yeah, that definitely sounds interesting. I wonder if we'll get to that point. You know, as long as Lantis is here, Lantis has mentioned that he does not agree with the idea of games being booted out after being voted back so many times. He does not like the limitations I have placed on how many times a game can be voted back. And there's a point to me bringing this up, but I cannot remember what the point is. Well, basically, it's like, what do the rest of you think? You think I should limit how many times a game can be voted back? Because it sure doesn't solve the issue with ties. The boss in this tower is a big fan of Pheromone's princess. Arrgh! Alright then. Telepo. What is telepo? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of doing, is breaking the ties myself from now on. Because I'm kind of tired of them. Like, I won't break every tie. If the games that are tied are both really, really good, then I'll let them both come back. But otherwise, like, Cat Trap stopped being interesting after the second stream. It did not need to go 4 streams. Same with Adventures of Lolo. It really did not need to come back all those times. With 2 of these guys, yes, I'm going to use magic. Oh, it specifically says out when you're out. Interesting. What is this? Let's try this out. On you. Oh gosh, don't let both of you attack her. No idea what that spell did. Is there a guard option? There is. Alright, here's my plan. Use an item. We got all these herbs. Heal her. And you guard, because he's probably going to attack you. He didn't, but it's a good strategy to do anyway. I think we can go ahead and go all out on this guy now. That's gotta be worth a level up. Yep. And she can use more healing magic. Interesting. What healing magic can she cast now? Well, she can only cast Aura outside of battle, so we'll see what it's like in battle. Alright, I'm pretty sure that person is the... Apparently, I already stepped onto whatever event triggers this cutscene. That's unfortunate, because I wanted to save. Just in case... Save state. I haven't seen Ms. Annette recently. Oh, I can save. That cutscene was just to mention Annette. Now, what should I do about healing? If that's the boss, and healing would probably be a good idea. So let's heal up before going into that fight. Oh, we have to select it every time? And save again. could a human reach this place? Actually, great timing. Tell me, human, why hasn't the Princess of Pheomone been seen recently? Tell me. Somebody is riding an ATV outside. I don't know if they're going to go away. You know what? They're not going to go away. Excuse me a moment, I'm going to close windows. That's one window closed. That's two windows closed. That's three windows closed. And if it still picks up, too bad, it's the best I can do. Because I'm not going to be going outside and saying, hey, could you ride that thing some other time? I'm streaming to the internet. Alright. So where has Pheomone been seen recently? In the castle. Hiding. Come on! She stays inside because you're spying on her from here. Well, what do you know? Duh! Gah! Don't be so cocky, kid. Feel my wrath. Grrr. And it's time for a boss fight. Is he holding spy glasses? He's holding spy glasses. Alright, so something that was mentioned about this guy is that he has a crush on Pheomone. Now, unless I'm mistaken, this bromide that I bought in the shop is a picture of Pheomone, so what happens if I use it? I thought I was supposed to have another recovery spell. Did you just mean another charge of recovery spell? Hold on, let me back up. Maybe it's somebody else who can use magic now. No. So you go ahead and use the bromide. How about you? No? Well, I'm confused. Let's just burn him. That was a strong attack. Use bromide. That bromide! Please, give it to me! What does that do? What did that do for me? I'm gonna use it again and see what happens. Hello, Kaido. And heal again just in case. The commander can't move. That won't work this time. Aww. That's too bad. But that is pretty neat that this random item that I bought in the store is actually useful against this boss. Sako is critical hit. Oops. I didn't realize that it was her turn that I was selecting. This might be bad. It's time to do that one strategy that I said I would do. You heal, you guard. Alright, I think I can go ahead. Oop, no. I think I can go ahead and use another fire spell. and heal on the next turn. I'm glad my healing is getting the opportunity to attack from time to time. Especially since she's also the only person who has attack magic at the moment. However, this is the last healing spell on hand, so hopefully this guy isn't too far off from dying. Nope, he wasn't. Alright, how much experience do we get from a boss? Well, first off, I'm guessing that icon there indicates that learning spells is... well, you use items to learn spells. Like, maybe that's a book that teaches aura. Wow, that's a nice experience. Of course we're going to have some level ups after that. Okay, I guess this means that, yeah, they just get more MP out of this. Oh, and now that we defeated the boss here, the music is more peppy. Ooh, found a warrior sword. Well, hold on, before I go ahead and equip that, let's check this other stuff. Six-hand tonfa? That's my only guess. And we got the war bow. So let's go ahead and equip that stuff. You gotta love it when a game actually shows the stat differences without changing your equipment. So obviously that's a more powerful sword. That's a more powerful mace. And this is gonna be... well, apparently bows are not a very practical weapon in this game. Let's go ahead and try out this, well first let's try out this aura thing. Let's use it on... well, let's check our status. Who has the weakest attack? For that matter, who has more head magic? Or healing magic? Yeah, that actually makes sense. About the same, actually, so let's see here. Actually, Noah has the weaker attack. That's interesting. He's the sword guy. Well, in that case, let's teach him aura. Yep, that is exactly what that is. You teach somebody a spell. So let's go ahead and teleport on out of here. And we'll head on back. Still monsters on the overworld. But I got more powerful swords and stuff. Now we can one-hit these guys. Especially when we Sako them. That went very well. Alright, the first thing I'm gonna do is rest at the inn. It's 10 Kira. That doesn't sound like much. Let's stay. Sweet dreams! Well, for the Game Boy, that's a neat effect. It's like we're closing our eyes from the third person. I guess we'll just talk to the king now. Does anybody acknowledge? No. This is automatic. Oh, great! That sword you have there is proof enough. I can't believe you defeated the monsters there. Impressive. Let us give these brave young ones a warm welcome. Prince, you have brought peace to this kingdom. You have my deepest gratitude. Oh, that's the prince. I'm the prince from Thiefglade, a neighboring kingdom. I've heard about you guys. Word travels fast. You defeated the monsters in that tower. I was going to do it, but oh well. You ought to come visit my kingdom too. You should be able to take a ship there. Okay? Take care now. I like how my party members go in and out of formation for these scenes. You've proven yourselves to me. You may continue your journey. Wasn't there a point to proving ourselves to him? Best of luck. Just between the two of us, the prince from Thiefglade is in love with our princess. He sometimes visits us for no particular reason. Hehehe. Alright, so I guess we're going to want to buy a ship ticket, which is available here. We'll do that and then we'll move on to the next game. So apparently the bromide was definitely useful, at least for one turn. Alright, let's set sail. There's no reason to, talk to townsfolk. Just gonna move on. Recently, there've been some monster pirates around. You ought to rest before beginning the trip. You need a ticket for the voyage. You got one? No. I mean, I do, but apparently this game is telling us that, hey, as soon as we board the ship, we're going to be dealing with pirates. I ain't got no time for that. So, if you guys want to see some pirate action, pirate fighting action, go ahead and vote for this game. But not yet. Let us first move on to the third and final game of today. And I will go ahead and actually properly get this back up and not start the next game without bringing it up first. And our third and final game of today is Mega Man 2. So, for those of you who are not aware, a couple years ago, maybe 3 years ago, I actually did a full Let's Play of the first Mega Man on the Game Boy. So that is why I'm starting with Mega Man 2 and not Mega Man 1. Because I already did Mega Man 1 as a full Let's Play. This will not be a full Let's Play. Unless, you know, it wound up getting voted back enough times that I wound up beating the whole game. Yeah, that is a thing about this game. I would disagree that the soundtrack is fantastic because it is high-pitched. Yeah, this does not sound good to me. At all. You know, want to know what else doesn't sound good to me? The sound whenever you select a boss master. It's too high-pitched! It hurts my ears. At least this song doesn't sound too bad. So we're playing as Mega Man. Jumpin' and Shoot Man. We're shooting robot rabbits and robot bats and, well, basically everything in this game is a robot. Let's see here. What was dropping there is health and energy for your weapon. Special weapons, that is. We don't have any special weapons yet. we'll get one after we defeat the first boss. If you're familiar with Mega Man, you should already be aware of how collecting new power-ups, new weapons works. But for those of you who are not familiar with Mega Man, I will give it a proper explanation when it becomes relevant. For now, the only weapon we got is our pea shooter. I mean, literally, it's a pea shooter. I'm gonna die. By the way, you can slide in this game. You can't duck, but you can slide. Alright, that thing has a shell, so I kind of have to coax it into popping out. All while not getting thrashed by a needle. So, the Mega Man games are known to be pretty difficult. I will probably die at some point. Especially because of nonsense like that. Shouldn't be too bad, though. The first Game Boy Mega Man game, though, was very rough. But I think that this is going to be a significantly not as difficult experience. You know what? Invincibility frames. Screw those guys, I don't have to fight them. And yet somehow I took damage while climbing the ladder. Okay, you guys are going to have to stop spawning like that. Incidentally, the robot master that we're going after right now, Woodman, is returning from the NES version of Mega Man 2, which by the way is very different. The Game Boy games are completely different from, well, not completely, very much different adventures from the NES games. Albeit they reuse set pieces and bosses. At least for most of the games. Mega Man 5, they actually decide to be more original, but it'll be a while before we get to that one. So, fighting Woodman. As far as I'm concerned, he's the easiest boss to start with. At the very least because his level's not that difficult. My gosh, that music sounds awful. Well, now that we defeated Woodman, we actually get his weapon that he was using. The Leaf Shield. Also, that's Mega Man's dog, Rush. He'll come in handy later. And there's our password system. Alright, now, the key with these Robot Masters and the powers they give you is each Robot Master has a weakness. That weakness is whatever weapon you get from other Robot Masters. Who's weak against the Leaf Shield? Airman. Now this is where one of the levels where the platforming is actually kind of sucky. On the other hand, it's also a good level for Woodman's shield. Because these guys. Problem is, the moment you move, your shield is gone. Now here's where the platforming kind of sucks, because you gotta wait for these spikes. And they're out of sync is the problem. Jumping from... oh gosh. Jumping between these things is annoying because the spikes are not in sync with each other. Okay, the Leaf Shield is not helping in this situation. Alright, good. If I shoot the eggs, no birds are hatched. I want that. Don't care if I'll take damage. That was a 1-up. I am happy with a random 1-up. Good news is they are not placing bottomless pits in the middle of these clouds. Wow, another 1-up? That, like, does not normally happen. But I am very much fine with all these random 1-ups. And that's a blowy guy. He's pushing me back, or he was. The Game Boy is... well, I don't really have to explain what the Game Boy is capable of music-wise. Because you've already heard 2 Game Boy games that sounded perfectly fine. So I don't know what happened when they did this game. Wow, another 1-up? Okay, I already played through the first 3 levels of this game to kind of test things out. And I did not get a single 1-up during that time. So, cool. Whatever I am doing to bring the RNG into my favor, I am very grateful for it. Give me the health. You know what? You're not worth it. Oh, there was a pit there, and I realized it as soon as I was already falling down. Alright, let me refill my wood energy. Oh, one of those was an enemy. Okay, we reached the boss. It's time to bring out Airman's weakness. By the way, I am at the very least glad that when the boss meter health fills, it makes that di-di-di-di-di-di sound, because I love that sound when a boss fight starts. So yeah, boss weaknesses. Make bosses a whole lot easier. And we got the air shooter and Rest Jet. This dog here, he's now going to be a power. So let's go ahead and head to Clashman, who I'm pretty sure is actually meant to be Crashman, because Crashman would make a lot more sense. But in Japanese, L's and R's are basically the same thing. And this enemy, I have no idea how to properly handle. Yeah, sound-wise, the Game Boy is a very capable system. They could have easily emulated the soundtrack of the actual Mega Man 2. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and do this. Screw you guys. Maybe the melody might be good, but it's so ear-grating you can't really concentrate on the melody. You just concentrate on... my ears are bleeding. Like, when it comes to Game Boy sound, this is what the stereotype Game Boy sound is. When really the Game Boy basically sounds like an NES would. Ooh, health. I'll take that, thank you. By the way, spikes are instant death. Now let's see how this Rush Jet works. Can I, like, drop him here? Well, I can, but that doesn't do me any good. So what if I, like, drop him here? Okay, good, I have full control over him. So that E item that I just got is an energy tank, and it is a full heal. I can just go down... how do I select it? How do? I don't know how to select the E-Tank in this game. That is sad. But it's a full energy refill is basically what I'm trying to say. And you are a jerk for sitting there. Anybody else? Yes? I don't know how I'm supposed to react to you. Oh, it's N. Well, that would make sense. E stands for energy. And also N. It also stands for N, apparently. That looks like a bottomless pit. Bring this back out. Well, good thing the checkpoint's right there. You know what? Load state. You know, if I wanted to, I could just sit here with Woodman's power and just let these guys just keep coming towards me and... Well, I will say I could just have their power-ups drop on top of me, but that's clearly not a good strategy. Alright, you come down here. Thank you. Oh gosh. Wow, look at all that stuff I could have had. And then fell. I want that health over there. I think... let's drop from up here. Alright, you're coming from over here, so I'm just going to just... You know, I actually heard myself hitting the thing off camera. It's interesting. By the way, here's an interesting thing. Apparently, if you take damage while climbing a ladder, it does not knock you off in this game. Any other Mega Man game, you would get knocked off. Boy, those eggs fall slow. More health, cool. Energy tank. I wonder how many you can hold in this game. At least 2. Actually, we could probably figure it out. 2, 3, 4... I'm assuming 4 because 4 is the limit in other games, but possibly we could go up to 5 or even 6. Not dealing with you. Here's a random thought. How fast do those eggs develop? Like the birds and those eggs. Because you shoot the egg and... oh, hi. You were random. And you were not as random. But you shoot the eggs and no birds pop out. The egg lands on the floor and a bunch of birds pop out. Okay, Rush Jet, and this is Airman's weapon. Let's go ahead and use that, because I do not feel like hopping down to deal with that guy. Okay, apparently, never mind. The Airman's weapon is crap for this situation. Woodman it is. Oh, he switches between 2 different directions. Okay, that is useful information. In theory, it is useful information. Oh, and here is the boss lair. So let's go ahead and ready up Airman's weapon and deal with Crashman. I don't care if it's spelled Clashman, I'm very much certain that it's supposed to be Crashman. Because he drops grenades. Okay, this is a bad situation here. This is a very bad situation here. I died. Also used up all of my energy in the process. So let's see how this goes without using any weapon energy that I don't have. Oh gosh. He's very jumpy, I'll tell you that. might have to take advantage of slide. I wonder if Woodman's weapon can be any use in this fight. No. No, I'd say not. So you know what? Where's my load state? I'm gonna need that weapon energy. I'm telling you that right now. Energy tank here. Then comes health. And as soon as you... never mind. Well, at least I got some health out of that. Alright, save state here. Actually, let me set this weapon up and now save state. We'll beat this guy even if I have to cheat. In fact, cheating is preferable because I'd like to make progress, you know? I do not have terribly long. What is the strategy with this guy? He's got to have some sort of pattern, right? Excuse me a moment, I'm going to sit on my phone. No, I'm out of energy! Dang! All he needed was one hit. Load state. Shoot. Darn it. Load state. I can get him down to needing that last shot, but unfortunately, it's a game of quick draw, and I lose. It would help if I didn't miss my attack. You know, I'm just going to do the thing that I was doing and just take all the hits while dishing them out at him. Apparently that strategy is not working to my advantage right now. Okay, so we definitely have the toughest boss so far. How big is that explosion? Or his hitbox. Some sort of hitbox here is throwing me off. Okay, you know, missing him is definitely bad because okay, not being able to jump over him is also kind of bad. Running into his blast, probably not recommended either. Oh hey, I think I found a strategy. I just need more weapon energy. Hey, I won! You want to talk about bad music? Rush Coil. Great, we got a spring now. Alright, so this guy right here arguably provides you with the best weapon in the series. Unfortunately, in this particular game, he also has the worst level song. Also, instant death spikes right down below where you were supposed to be jumping from. That is slightly unfair. You want to know what else is unfair? That. So, this level has bad music and bad level design. Get past you before you drop down. Oh, that's just weapon energy. That does not help me. Can I shoot you guys while you're doing that? No, I guess not. Oh, wow, really? That's unfortunate. Is this saying instant death? No. So I'm gonna load state and not actually have that experiment count for anything. And then comes this room, which actually kind of sucks because I'm not actually going to get through here without using some sort of weaponry. Oh, and that was not a screw. Oh hey, another one up. Cool. Instant death spikes. Let's not land on them. Get my weapon back out. Try to bypass you. Run away! Let's kill this screw before it drops. Wow, I should not have taken damage from that. Hey, pop up! Those guys, as long as they're ducking, you cannot hurt them. Quite honestly, Dr. Wily should just employ one of those guys as the boss. And just have them never get up. I want this. Gimme. I hope I don't... Okay, I'm gonna call BS on the hit detection. Alright. This is actually the real reason why I came to this level last. Because I need the rush coil to get up to this life. Oh boy. Slide. Slide failed. Health, thank you. As long as I can make it to the boss without dying, I'll be happy. Give me this, I might need it. You know what? I'll just let you kind of bounce around. I don't need to worry about you. Except for right there, because it would have bounced back. But hey, made it to the boss. Alright, so... we're about to fight Metal Man. I'm probably going to die on this first attempt. But I'm going to make a valiant effort anyway. Oh gosh, you weren't doing that initially. Hey, cut that out. Where's my other bombs? Can I not shoot anymore? Wow, this weapon gets used up in a hurry. Oops, I could have just not jumped for that. Okay, kind of pay attention to... You know what? Here's my next strategy. I'll just save my weapon energy and not use it for this first attempt. Well, I could use an energy tank. Why not? I'm gonna be using save states anyway. Or heck, this game might not even be voted back. Energy tank! Now let's go ahead and use Clashman's weapon. And he switches sides. There we go! Well, I wanted to use the Clash weapon on my first attempt because I'm going to load state anyway. So what if I use my energy? Alright, Metal Blade and Rush Marine. That's interesting. So this game has Rush turn into a submarine. So even though we were fighting bosses for Mega Man 2, it also includes some features from Mega Man 3. At least I think the Rush Marine was from Mega Man 3. We're also eventually going to be fighting bosses from Mega Man 3. But you know what? I don't think we have time for that, because... Wait, do we not have Dr. Wily flying by in his, spaceship and... Wait, is this a cutscene? This is a cutscene. What are we doing with a cutscene? Oh, hi, Dr. Wily. I did not expect to find you sitting here. Wait, what? Are we not going to go through a Wily castle? We're just going straight to the boss rush? I mean, even the first Mega Man Game Boy game had us going through his castle. Okay then. Let's start with, Oh wait, that's Rush Marine. Let's start with Middleman's weapon. What is it? This. Oh, these are levels! Okay, let me load state and explain to you what's going on here. So, traditionally, you see Dr. Wily's fly by in his flying saucer, and he does an eyebrow dance. Then you wind up going through Dr. Wily's castle, until you eventually come across a room that looks just like this, and fight more Robot Masters, or in the case of the NES games, the same Robot Masters. So apparently in this game, though, these are teleports to new levels. I did not expect that. This is different. I applaud you, game. You threw me for a loop. So, I guess, yeah, for the time being, we probably could just go ahead and quit here. Because this basically marks the halfway point of the game. Now, will this game be voted back? That depends on if people can tolerate the music and say, yeah, the ability to use these different weapons is cool. I want to see more of this game. So if that's the case, you can vote for this game to come back. But first, let me go ahead and actually give you a link to do that. Because you can't vote without a link. I mean, you could try, but it wouldn't do you much good now, would it? So let me go ahead and set this up real quick. I will go ahead and create poll. By the way, I am not doing that thing where you can vote for more than one game, because that did not help the last time I tried it, so pick one game. Here is your poll. So, we have Men in Black the series. That game was not going too well. The aiming was kind of sucky, the level designs were not that fancy, and some of the enemy placements just wasn't good. But if you still want to see more of that game, go ahead and vote for Men in Black the series. If, on the other hand, you want to see more god medicine and watch me deal with some pirates on a ship, because that's apparently what's going to happen next, and who knows, maybe I'll get some of those gems that I can equip to my weapons, whatever that's all about. If you want to see that, vote for God Medicine. And of course, Mega Man 2, if you want to hear some more crappy music, but actually see some new weapons coming along the way, because there are going to be more weapons coming along the way, vote for Mega Man 2. So, while you're doing that, I gotta ask you all, how'd I do today? What did you think of today's stream? I already gave my thoughts on the 3 games. First one was not very good. Actually, I didn't give my thoughts on the second game. The second game is still interesting. Will it provide any new surprises? I don't know. We've already dealt with the first dungeon and the first boss. Aside from the gem thing, what else is there to see? I don't know. Well, maybe there would be more interesting story? I don't know. Mega Man 2 at the very least. Well, here's the thing about Mega Man 2. There are 5 Game Boy Mega Man games. I already let's play the first one, and there's 3 more to go after this. Even if this doesn't get voted back, there's still other Mega Man games that I can get to, and they're basically going to play out the same way as this game did, except with better music. So, there's that to consider, assuming you haven't already voted. So, that's that. As for future streams, tomorrow morning is going to be more, what is it called? Wilbur the Game. That sucky game that I don't care it's sucky because it's intentionally not made well. And it is funny because of the story. Except for the one boss fight that was way harder than it should have been, but otherwise I am actually kind of entertained by this game. So check that out tomorrow morning. I might actually be finishing it, or I might be getting close to finishing it. I'm willing to bet I'm finishing it tomorrow, though. Wait, tomorrow? Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Not tomorrow. Saturday morning is that game. Why do I feel like today is Friday? Today is Wednesday. We still gotta go through another stream on Friday, because on Friday is Pokemon Black Randomized. And there's gonna be plot. Team PETA is about to do something in Saturday's stream, and there's going to be plot. I don't know what plot because I'm playing Pokemon Black blind. I'm also playing it randomized. Monster encounters are randomized, which is interesting but also screws me over a bit. I'm working on it. So yeah, we're done with Game Boy Wednesdays today. Next stream is Friday, which is Pokemon Black Randomized, and then comes Wilbur the Game on Saturday morning, which is definitely not tomorrow morning. Well, while waiting for those streams to come up, you should all head on over to rpgmmag.com. There you can post your Let's Plays and also post your own gaming articles, which is neat. And like any good website, it has a web forum and a chat room. Current chat room is temporary because the chat room we're supposed to have had to be taken down temporarily. But eventually we'll get back to the good chat room, and it is a good chat room. Hang out there all the time. Also, you should check out my Patreon. The link is in the description. I have some amazing rewards for you there if you pledge to me, so check those out. So with that said, that's pretty much it for today. Thank you guys for joining. Aside from the first game, it's been entertaining. Actually, I think God Medicine was going kind of slow because of random encounters, but aside from that, it's been fun. Also, normally while talking about this stuff, I would probably have the game running so you can just listen to music while I was talking about this stuff. But in this case, nah.